Hello friends, in this video I'm going to show you the inbox system I just installed into my catch-all planner. I am also trying out this cover that I made for myself. I think it's super cute, but let's just dive into it. So I put an inbox system in this planner because I really felt like I needed one. If you don't know the Getting Things Done method, it's from that book. I actually read that book a couple of times already, but it is very dense of information, so you really need to read it a couple of times. And also it's a lot of practice to put everything into your life that is in that book. So I am using the inbox system. I created this dashboard so I can easily navigate to my inbox. So yeah, it's just basically I printed this design and the inbox tab on acetate, and then I laminated it twice so it's sturdy. So let me show you. This is a freebie that I got from the internet. I'm going to link it if I can. I printed this on vellum and it doesn't really want to dry. Oh, and it also cold now, so I smudged it a bit, but it's fine. So this is basically how the Getting Things Done inbox method works. I'm gonna quickly walk you through this and then I'm gonna show you the pages because I think that makes more sense. So first things first, what is an inbox? An inbox is a brain dump. You probably know that term already. If you don't, it's just basically a place for you to write down anything and everything that pops into your mind. It could be an idea, it could be a task, it could be an event, it could be an appointment, whatever. It could be a goal for in 10 years, it could be anything you want to remember. It could be information, it doesn't matter. So that thought is going to be your inbox item. That is an inbox item in this method. And if you have one of those items, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put that thought, idea, task, event, whatever it is, in your inbox. That is the page after this vellum. I'm going to walk you through that in a second. So you put that thing on this list. And then you decide, is it something that is actionable? Is it something that you have to do something about? Or is it just an information piece? Or is it maybe something that you might want to do sometime, but not now? So if it is not actionable, then it is either trash because it doesn't really matter and this was just a thought that you don't really want to do anything about. It might be a someday maybe item, which is what I just said. Something that you might want to do, but you don't know if you want to do. Maybe you have to think about it a little bit more. Maybe it is for someday in the future that you have the time. Maybe it is a vague startup idea for something or whatever. It's just not something that you want to do now or in the near future. It is for someday if you have time to do something. Or it is a piece of information, then you would put it in your references. So you can reference that piece of information later. Maybe you remember, I don't know, you remember something about something and you have to put it down somewhere. So those are the categories for if it's not actionable. If it is something that you have to do something about, maybe it's a task, maybe it's an event, maybe it's an appointment, whatever it is, you go this route, so it is actionable. And if it is, you have to ask yourself if it takes a single step to complete. Maybe call someone. That is a single step. Just call the person, done. Vacuum the living room, done. One step, nothing else. If it is not a single step thing, then you would put it in your projects, because everything that takes more than a single step to complete is a project. And so then you're going to break that task down into multiple other tasks, smaller tasks, so you can complete that bigger task. If it does take only one single step to complete, you would ask yourself if it takes more than 2 minutes to complete. If it doesn't, you just do it right now. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to put something on a list and then put it on another list and whatever if it only takes less than 2 minutes. Maybe it's, I don't know, deleting an email that just came into my inbox. I'm not gonna put on my list delete email if I could just click on the trash icon and it would be gone. So I'm not gonna put that down. If it takes more than 2 minutes, you would ask yourself if it is for a specific day or a specific time in the future. So if it is something that is like scheduled, it's an appointment or a meeting. If it is not, then you put it on your next action list. And I'm gonna tell you in a second what that is. And if it is, you would put it on your calendar. Makes sense, right? If it's for a specific day and time, you put it on your calendar. Okay, there are some fundamentals here that I smear with my hand, but doesn't really matter that much. Let's just get into the system. So this is the first page. This is the inbox. This is where everything starts. This is where you just put down whatever pops into your mind. This is the brain dump page. You wouldn't put it here if it is not actionable and it's trash. And you also don't put it over here if you would do it now, because it's less than 2 minutes. Or, I mean, you could put it here if you wanted. So what are these things here? I didn't fill it out yet, but I'm gonna tell you. So the first column is going to be status. So I'm just gonna check everything off if I did them or categorize them. And these are going to be the categories. So what are going to be the categories? The category is going to be based on these. So the first one is going to be next. This is going to be next action. And then we are also going to have schedule for add to calendar. We are going to have project, someday maybe, references, and then there is one extra for you to put something, or for me to put something. So you put something that popped into your mind in this. This is going to be the description. You put something in this box that popped into your mind. For example, call best friend. And then you have your categories, and then you categorize that task according to this method that I just showed you. And then every item that lands on this list is going to fall into one of these categories according to this chart. And once you categorized your task, you can then go ahead and break it down further. So let's see the other pages. So I have another one of those on the back for more space, and then we have the next action list. These are the tasks that are only one-step tasks and are actionable. Remember, it was this. So it is an inbox item, it is actionable. It does take one single step. It takes more than 2 minutes, and it is not for a specific day and time. So that would be next action. So you move that item from your inbox when you categorized it as next action onto this list. This is for status, again, to check that off. And then for the next action, you're going to make categories like home, computer, if I'm on the computer, phone calls, email, work, whatever. And then once your list fills up, you're going to see things that fall into the same category, like calling someone. So if you're on your phone and calling someone, you might as well just call everybody that has to be called. So you go through the column and see if there are multiple tasks where you have to call someone. If it is the case, then you would call all those people. Maybe you have an email column, and then you just sit down and do your emails in bulk. You see what emails I have to send out, and then you do that. So this is how the next section works. I have a couple of those. The next two pages are projects. So these are the tasks that you put in your inbox that take more than 2 steps. More than 1 step, actually. Yeah, more than 1 step. So I created these pages to be used like 2 separate pages. So these are not the same pages. On the left side, you would put the thing that you put on your inbox here, where you recognize it's gonna be a project and you marked it's a project. You put the same title over here, you give it a number 1, and then you give it a due date for the whole project. And then you come over here, you put number 1, and you put all the tasks that needs to get done for this project, because we know it's not one single item that needs to get done, because it's more than 1 step. We just categorize that according to the getting things done method. So it takes more than 1 task. So you would put down all the tasks. If you need more, you could put number 1, or just leave this blank and put number 2 if you have another one, whatever it is. You put a due date for every task, and you put a check if you completed the task. And once every task in the project is completed, you can check off, well, you can't check this off, but you could check this off on the left. The next 2 pages are waiting on. These are things that you have to delegate, or you have to wait on someone else to get back to you about something. Maybe you called your doctor because you need some kind of information. The doctor was like, well, I'm gonna have to call you back, I don't have it on hand. So what you initially put in your inbox was call doctor to gather information, maybe. And then you recognized, okay, that's the next action item. After that, you put it on your next list, maybe mark it as call, and then you did that. But now, you don't have the information yet because your doctor has to call you back. So it is a waiting on item, because you are waiting on your doctor to report the information back. And then if you have the information, that is the goal of the task, then the task is done. So the waiting on list is just, you put down the date, you put down who you are waiting on, you put down any details if you want, you put down a due date if you want, you put down the date you followed up on this task, and then you check it off if it's done. And then the last 2 pages are the someday list. This is a collection of things that you might want to do someday. We talked about this at the beginning. This is this category. It is not actionable because maybe it's just an idea and that you want to research about or whatever. Then you will put it on your someday list, so it is out of your head. You're not gonna forget it. It's not gonna float around in your head and bother you when you sit down and want to do some focused work. You just put it on your someday list, and then you know it is on somewhere. It's not gonna get lost. It is saved on paper. So you put the description, whatever it is. Maybe I wanna research bungee jumping someday. Not now. It is something maybe I wanna do in a couple of years, who knows. I wanna maybe know how much it costs, where I could do it. So, but it's not something that's on my priority now. It's just something I want to do maybe someday. So I would put down research bungee jumping, and then I can immediately decide if I want to, when I want to do this. Maybe I'm gonna say, well, this year it's not gonna happen, I have too much to do, I am not gonna be able to research this, I want to do this 2022. And then I put 2022. Or maybe it's, I know in December I have a lot of time to research stuff like this, so I'm gonna put December 2021. Whatever it is, it could be as specific or as vague as you want to. It's just for you to be able to look at this list and see what kind of things you actually want to do, and if you have time to do these things. And then this is also just a status column to check it off. So that's basically it for this. I actually have an inbox system in my ring planner that is the exact same. And maybe if I show you some concrete examples, it's gonna make even more sense to you, because this is filled out. So on my inbox list, I have print getting things done dashboard. That is this piece of paper. As you can see, I already did that. So what I did, I put down print getting things done dashboard. And this is one single item that I have to do. It is not a project. I just put the paper in the printer and I print it and it's done. So it's a next action item. So after I put it here, I put it on my next action. And then I marked computer and home, because I have to be home for this and I have to be sitting at my computer to be able to print this page. So that's how it works. I did it, I marked it off. And then I also have some projects, like I have a whole goal section in here that I want to fill out before the new year starts. So I put down fill out goals section, and it is a project because there are a lot of different like subsections in here. So it's gonna be a lot of work to fill it all out. So I categorize it as a project. You can see fill out goal section. I put the due date, it's gonna be the end of the year. Obviously before that, I wanna be finished with that. And then I put down the different sections that I have to fill out for this project to be finished. This printable, I actually I modified it for this setup where I put the number, where I could number the projects. It is not on this, but you saw it on my other one. But it doesn't really bother to me that much, because I can I do know which tasks belong to which projects, but it would be definitely prettier and easier if I had the numbers on these pages as well. But it basically works the same way. So I just put down the tasks. There are 3 tasks, but for this project there are 6. So you could have so many, like as many tasks as you need. And I don't think there is anything else I used in here already, so, but maybe those examples helped you even more to understand how the inbox system works. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I also have an Instagram account where I only post planner related content. So if that's something that's interesting to you, I'm going to leave the link in the description box as well. And other than that, I hope you have an awesome day and that we see each other very soon. Until then, bye.